I've gathered a bunch of BTD6 YouTubers and binged their content to make the most accurate tier list, ranking all of them while saving the S tier spot for the person that I think is the best. Let's start with one of the most iconic BTD6 YouTubers. I don't find his commentary to be particularly that interesting, but it's not bad. His video ideas can range from unique to, wait a minute, isn't this just what Battles is? I used to not care for his content because I thought his personality was too over the top, but after watching him more, I think I could start the list off with a respectable B tier, which just means that he's a YouTuber that I watch sometimes, but not extremely often. Also, I'm not rating secondary channels. Now, I do owe this guy for being the first BTD6 YouTuber to comment on one of my videos, but I'm still not gonna suck his dick any harder than I need to. I respect the amount of videos he's able to crank out, but his content isn't something that I can find myself watching outside of the research of this video. I'll give him a C tier, meaning that he's respectable, but just not something I'd watch. I'm not going to critique his uploading schedule, because that'd be pretty hypocritical. And other than that, he's a pretty solid YouTuber in my opinion. Even though the topics he makes videos on don't really interest me themselves, his commentary is able to make it into something actually watchable. I'd give him an A tier, which just means that he's a Bloons YouTuber that constantly tickles my fancy. Just to explain more about the ranking, I'm judging the BTD6 creator based on everything related to doing videos. Do I like their content? Do I think their thumbnails and titles are good? Will I be comfortable with going on a nice beach walk with them outside for a honeymoon? Keep in mind that I'm also naturally going to judge the more popular BTD6 YouTubers more harshly than the smaller ones. Isab, aka I Sleep Around Boys, is one of the better Bloons tubers when it comes to skill. Even though he'll probably never beat the Soda allegations, I still think his skill and commentary can get him a B tier. Many of you think of Hbomb as the popular guide channel for BTD6. Well, you're wrong. He's also a music maker. That song is an obvious S tier, but his channel overall is a B tier. I don't particularly like to watch race, boss, or Odyssey guides, mainly because I don't partake in bosses or races, and Odyssey is reserved for when I have insomnia and I need to fall asleep fast. Even when I do participate in those things, following these guides to me is like the Bloons equivalent of copying off the smart kid in school. So, C tier. Another BTD6 guide YouTuber. Although his thumbnails don't have much pizzazz, his tips and tricks are actually pretty good. I would know because I've followed every one of them and I'm still shit at the game. B tier. While I don't find his scripting to be that particularly interesting, I do think his editing is cool and he has some unique videos. B tier. I do like some of his ideas and his thumbnails aren't bad, but he's not a YouTuber that I watch consistently. I do like his video where he made Patrick hold a pregnancy test though. C tier. He's one of the only BTD6 YouTubers to beat the allegations that BTD6 players get no maidens. As for his videos, well, he's just your average gameplay commentary BTD6 channel. B tier. He does a good job at explaining updates, that way I don't have to read through Ninja Kiwi's 50,000 character requirement essay. You also gotta appreciate the advanced challenge grind. B tier. He makes videos that answer questions that I never needed answering, such as, how far can you get using only the water on logs? Or, BTD6 memes that'll make you pee yourself. His commentary is pretty good and so is his editing. Overall, I think he's an A tier. I disagree with a lot of his opinions, but I don't mind how he delivers them. I also wish he would add some background music on his videos too. He also doesn't know how to pronounce soda correctly.
Soda is pronounced soda. Soda.
I'll still overall give him an S tier because he... Wait, am I reading that correctly? Why you should quit BTD6? Shame on you, Hero Gaming. B tier. A standard gameplay BTD6 YouTuber who's grown pretty quickly thanks to his CHAD challenge that combines multiple game modes. Solid B tier. If you're also wondering so far where some other notable BTD6 creators are, I'm only doing creators that have uploaded at least within the past few months. I'm also only counting people who consistently make Bloons content, meaning in order to actually count, you have to only, and I mean only, make Bloons content. Okay, you have to mostly make Bloons content. Looking at his thumbnails leaves a little to be desired. They're not bad, but I think they can be better to stand out more. Also, why does his voice sound so weird?
The hardest cameo.
For a YouTuber of his size, not terrible. C tier. Another gameplay / guide YouTuber. I am glad that he made that guide on blackboarding beginner maps so that I can finally beat Dark Castle. B tier. See the section on Fenix. I also think these thumbnails could be more unique. C tier. I do have to give him props for knowing how to speak 2 languages, but still, see the section on Fenix. C tier. Another YouTuber who primarily does guides on races and whatnot. These thumbnails are fine, but could be better. And you also have one of the most ungodly things known to man as your thumbnail. C tier. This person makes videos playing BTD6 maps, not only regular maps, but also map editor ones too. I do think it would be more beneficial to focus more on the interesting maps of the map editor since most people have already seen the regular maps. And also, while these thumbnails could potentially stand out, they leave a lot to be desired. I'll give you a... Wait a minute, this isn't Bloons, you motherfucker. C tier. His thumbnails could be better, but I like his challenges that primarily focus on BTD5. Honestly, typing that out in the script and then saying it feels surreal. When did this game come out again? 2012? Man, I'm getting old. I played that as a kid. Anyway, B tier. If you're wondering why there isn't a D or F tier, well, it's because I genuinely don't think any BTD6 YouTubers are bad enough for that. It also helps that every BTD6 YouTuber so far understands the age of consent. I like how he mixes gameplay and commentary to prove the things that he's saying while he's saying them. He's a fellow Rosalia hater and also got into a divorce at the age of 18.
So of course, I decided to make the first smart financial choice I've made since I got divorced.
Man, I'm sure glad that no one has any sound bites of me saying something crazy like that. I think the age of consent should be 12? B tier. He just makes simple gameplay videos on BTD6 with no thumbnails, unfortunately. His most popular video is also 5 times the length of the minimum needed to be considered a feature-length film. C tier. I think his thumbnails are good and his keyboard sounds like that one speedrunner meme. How about B tier? He does a lot of gameplay videos on chimps and whatnot. I also think these thumbnails could be better. C tier. I know I've said these things about thumbnails a lot, and since this video is about BTD6 YouTubers and I know some of them are going to watch this video, I'm going to quickly give some advice on how you can better your thumbnails. Skip to this point of the video if you don't care. A good thumbnail should do a few things. Number 1, it should stand out amongst the crowd. You have to take into account that your thumbnail will be shown on a screen with lots of others, so standing out is important. 2, a thumbnail should be descriptive but simple, enough for the viewer to understand the video or at least a general concept of it at a glance. 3, it should have something eye-catching, even if it's something simple like a facial expression or something delivered in the text. With the amount of doom scrolling that happens on the internet, your thumbnail needs to be able to get them to stop for a moment and look at your video. Anyway, let's continue with the video. Your standard battles YouTuber. Although battles is more interesting to watch than regular BTD6 in my opinion, I'm still gonna give him B tier. Similar to Boltrix, he's a YouTuber that does battle content. Respectable. B tier. Another gameplay YouTuber who's focused on BTD6 and battles content. His rap song is also a jammer. B tier. Has a lot of 555 videos, which are decently interesting to watch. B tier. He showcases a lot of 2 million pops and 2 towers chimp challenges, but he has more subscribers than me, so I'm gonna have to hold that against him. C tier. Does a lot of guides that allow you to do things such as smash Sanctuary, or blast Bloody Puddles, or even crush Castle Revenge, all on chimps mode. C tier. I respect the video he made on putting a full map of each tower down because that sounds really annoying to do manually. His thumbnails are also not bad, his videos are decently entertaining, and he gets bonus points for this 360 he hit here. Nailed it. A tier. He makes a good amount of ranking videos and collaborated with ShadowViper to make a video about ranking rounds, but he forgot about the actual hardest round in the entire game. Round 999 Octodecillion, 999 Septodecillion, 999 Sextodecillion, 999 B tier. Some of you probably thought this was Meme TD, who quote-unquote hasn't posted since the Biden administration. Well, you're wrong. This Dragon Breath Wizard profile picture BloonStuber simply makes bracing tutorials, which again, I'm not really interested in, but aren't horrible. C tier. This person makes boss guides, but what upsets me is how he has a Quincy profile picture, yet he never uses Quincy. This is misleading content, and I won't stand for C tier. He's another BloonStuber that does a lot of stuff with modded content. His intros also remind me of Mr. Beast. B tier. Another race YouTuber, but I'm glad he's part of the Rosalia hating nation. C tier. He does content on BTD Battles 1, which I didn't even know people still played, nor did I know it even had an audience. You know what? Maybe I'm doing this whole YouTube thing wrong. So don't ask where my name is Queso on Steam. Okay. It's up, now rush him. He doesn't have anything. Go. Oh god. I believe. Please. Come on. How come I can get all these? What the fuck? How is he able to get all the tier 4s that I can't? This game sucks. I'm never playing this game ever again. B tier. This is another Bloonstuber that does videos to guide you to beat bosses. C tier. Has only a few videos, but some have gotten an impressive amount of views.
Mainly done by me, but rather by Peter.
PETA? I didn't know PETA played BTD6. Rare PETA W. Anyway, C tier. His profile picture reminds me of the guy from Dig Dug. This guy posts guides on advanced challenges and odysseys, and he posts them really frequently. C tier. He has balloons in his PFP, so that must mean he's evil. And funnily enough, his most popular video is actually his latest video, where he black bordered every single map in the game. I wonder if he updated it since that new advanced map came out. B tier. We saved the superior for last. Not only does he do Battles 2 content, but he also does Battles 1 content. Again, I still had no idea until now that people even still played this game. Unless he and Asian Sensation are literally the only 2 players left and they're just constantly 1v1ing each other. C tier. Anyway, now that we have done all the YouTubers, wait, who is this? Okay, now we're going to reveal who is the one S tier Bloonstuber. Drum roll, please. Yeah, that's right, this whole video was just made so that I can explain why I'm the best Bloonstuber. And to make this experience as miserable as possible, I made a 5-page essay on why. So let's get started. First of all,
Well, good thing he's gone. That was getting annoying to listen to. But now that I'm here, I guess I'll finish out the video with my own Bloonstuber tier list. Some of you have been really mean ever since I came out. But don't worry, I won't be biased against you. Just kidding, I will. F tier to all of you. I guess I'll also give C tier to anyone that hasn't made a video about me in the first place. I'll give A tier to the ones who have only made videos showcasing my talents. And finally, I think the best Bloonstuber is Galactic Scalar Noob, as that one video they made caused me to cream my. I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching.